शभु कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दशाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्धृतं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing today Yoga Vasishta Nirvana Prakaran, second half, 33rd chapter. Yesterday we have seen somehow, somewhat, up to some extent, what is called sambit, means the English we can just say thorough knowledge. That means experiential knowledge which is not expressed, unexpressed thorough knowledge, experiential knowledge. That is that when that tries to express, that becomes extrovert. Extrovert, sambit, when it tries to express somehow or other by body language or by verbal, audible language, inaudible language, any way, when it starts expressing, expression is out of center, so it is extrovertness. This should not be there. This is called extrovertness, and because of this, whatever is expressed, it is not the reality. Because the thorough knowledge, experiential knowledge, which is reality, that is not, that cannot be expressed. The moment it tries to be expressed, then it has to take some support. That's how language or any other methods, the prompting or mental or intellectual uh, or you see any type of support has to be there. Whatever is experience, that is in the absolute balance state, which is known as the heart. And when the heart feelings or experiences are expressed, then all these nerve system, prana, mind, intellect, and then the vocal cord, and all the senses, they have to take part, then only it can be expressed or else not. So it becomes polluted. So that is known as extrovertness. So to know the reality, we have to have introvertness. Introvertness which leads all the expressions inward towards the center, and there is no expression. No expression whatever. So we can say silence is the language of the reality. It cannot be expressed. If at all it is expressed, then it is known as not the reality. It is somehow some expression which is mixed up with, supported by, or uh, related with so many other aspects. This is what we were discussing yesterday. Vasishta ji says, हे श्री राम जी, सत समागम से विकास की प्राप्त स्वबुद्धि रूपापना ही पुरुषार्थ यदि पुरुष को तत्व ज्ञान प्राप्त करा दें तो फिर भिन्नता रूप कोई संसार का कारण रहता ही नहीं. So Vasishta ji, after discussing all these, he advises Rama, my dear Ram, when this extrovertness of the expression, or call it afterwards in the name of mind or intellect, whatever you name it, this expression by the senses, mind, intellect, whatever it is, when it is somehow or other, it is made introvert by satsang, by hearing from great experiential people, great wise people, those who have experience of the truth, self-realized souls, or from the scriptures. If at all by satsang with all these, we can make this extrovertness of the expression introvert, then it will have end in the absolute center, that means steadiness, absolute balance state, that is with whatever we have named as heart. So then what will happen? Then the knowledge of the self can be had. The knowledge, we cannot say is achieved. The knowledge, that state is a state. It is not achievement. Just as we were discussing in the last chapter, liberation is a state, that is this experience. That liberation, it is a state. It is not achievement. That means it is always there. It is, you achieve something what you don't have, isn't it? Your achievement, what do you understand by achievement? Whatever you don't have and you get it, then we call it getting something or achieving something in whatever manner you express it. But this is a state of the being. So it is always present, it is not absent. Do you feel the absence of your heart anytime? When we have named it as a heart, then how can you say it will be absent? And that is somehow by language we have to say something, so we call it a heart or the cave of the heart or the innermost chamber. We say like this. Why it is inner? Because subtlemost. And at the same time, which is innermost, it is all pervading also. It is outside also present. It is ever present everywhere. So it cannot be absent. Then why should you say it is in the heart? It is the heart. Why should you say like that? Why not the whole body? Why not outward? Then why do you say it is extrovertness and introvertness different from each other? And why should you ask introvert to be extrovert to be introvert? Why? If it is ever present everywhere, isn't it? Huh? No. Extrovertness means we have to understand outward world, whatever we say, though there is the presence of the Absolute, it is not seen. Why? It is not experienced by the individual being. It is not being experienced. Why? Because the outward world, what we say, what we see only the names and forms. Behind these names and forms, there is the presence. That presence is known as existence absolute. If you see some name, does it exist or not? If you see some form, does it exist or not? All these names and forms are supported by absolute existence. And the knowledge of the existence, it knows that I do exist, and the satisfaction means the contentment, yes, I do exist. That is these three aspects: existence absolute, knowledge absolute, and the bliss absolute, contentment, satisfaction. These three states are not seen outwardly. Outer world, whatever we perceive by our senses or by mind or intellect, call whatever, we see only the names and forms. We don't feel, we don't see, we don't experience the three hidden aspects of names and forms. That's how when you make your mind or senses or intellect introvert, your sambit, your this knowing method, when it becomes introvert, what happens? It reaches the ends in the absolute steadiness. That is called absolute existence, bliss, and knowledge. There you can easily experience that because that is, there is no names and forms. Why not? How can you say there is no names and form? Because you have named it as heart. So how can you say there is no name, there is no form? No. Some names and some forms. We have given a form to the heart, isn't it? What is the form of the heart? No. It is a cave-like. Cave-like means, is there any particular form of a cave? That's why it is called cave. No form. And you have named it as a cave or balanced state. Of course, somehow or other we have to name the state, then only we can indicate that. These names, whatever we adopt for heart or truth or God or reality, whatever, these words, they have indicative meaning, there is no direct meaning. Indicative meaning. It indicates that. The literal meaning is not heart. Heart indicates something. What does it indicate? It indicates the absolute balance state, that's all. And it is the center. So introvertness reaches the reality, and extrovertness, we don't see the hidden aspects, three aspects of the names and forms. So why don't you see it? Why don't you see it? Just as you have said, the heart is an indicative name, so also extra outwardly you can say all these names are indicative. Yes, there you are. If you can accept all these names and forms are outward world, whatever we see or perceive, if they are indicative, they are not real, then outwardly also you can experience the reality. There is no need of any, there is no question introvertness or extrovertness, because it is all pervading presence. So outwardly also you can experience everywhere the presence of the absolute, and that's how the realized souls, the self-realized souls, they the experience outwardly, inwardly, in all conditions, everywhere, they experience the presence. So they have no such question of extrovertness or introvertness. It is only for the seekers, for the practitioners, spiritual seekers, those who are not able to delete these names and forms outwardly, they take it for granted that these names and forms are reality. For them this is said, be introvert. For a realized soul, there is no question of extrovertness or introvertness. Don't forget this. Now, if you can accept this outer world which is constituted by only names and forms, nothing else, if you can accept it to be indicative, not real, then matter overs. Matter is end there. Huh? Then everywhere the presence of the absolute will be experienced by you. There is no question of introvertness or extrovertness. This is only for the seekers who don't see the hidden aspects in the background of names and forms outside. Understood now?
फॉर्म को इंडिकेटिव कैसे समझना है?
Huh?
नेम तो इंडिकेटिव थोड़ा समझ में आता है, पर फॉर्म को कैसे समझना है?
Forms are how the forms are indicative. Because form, what do you mean by form? Form is nothing but limitedness of unlimited. That is called form. That means the space. Then only we know what is space. Form. Form means limiting lines on the background of unlimitedness. That is called form. Huh? So, in the background, same thing. The presence, the Sat Chit Anand, the presence absolute, the knowledge absolute, and the bliss absolute is in the background of the form and name also. Form indicates the ultimate, which is hidden behind it. Yesterday I showed you. There is a triangle here. Huh? The paper is unlimited and the paper is limited now by this form. Okay? So does the form indicates the background or not? There is the background or not? So how can you say it is not indicative? It has a background. Every picture, every line, whatever you do, see as a form, there is background, some substratum should be there, then only it will be the holder, the substratum. So the form indicates the supporter of it. And so also the name also is indicative. So if somehow or other you feel means realize accept the three aspects outwardly even, the presence and knowledge and the bliss, existence, knowledge, bliss, behind the names and forms, then those names and forms will not have any meaning. So, inward and external, everything becomes the same. We feel, we know, we understand introvertness and extrovertness because of some dividing line, inward and outward. In and out is understood only when there is a dividing line. That line is because of our body, because of our particular sense. That's how the inner thoughts, they go outside. That's how we see the outside. And you know, these inner thoughts which are, which have some tendency to go out, they have got every wave, thought wave will have a particular tendency to go out. That's how they go out through different senses. The wave which is forced by form, that wave will go through the gateway of eyes, and those waves will contact the form. And similarly, those waves which are momented by, given a force by the sound, hearing, those waves will go out through the ear. Understood? Different five types: Sabda, Sparsa, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. This touch, form, sound, smell, and taste. All these five units of senses, they have the tendency at the beginning of starting its vibration. Where does it begin? It begins when it starts from the chitta, the storehouse of all the impressions, memories. There are only five types. All those memories or impressions, they can be divided into five groups. Impressions. And when they go out, just as the seeds, when you put it into ground, then the flower seeds will have that type of plants, germination, sprouts, and fruit trees will have different sprouts, seedlings, isn't it? So why there is a difference? Because the momentum what is given to those vibrations in the seed, accordingly it will express itself outside. Understood now? So our our storehouse of the seeds, impressions or memories is known as chitta. When from the chitta all these impressions start fructifying, means multiplying, means going out and contact with the particular objects, sense objects, they will go through the particular senses. Understood? And they will contact the particular objects of the senses. The eyes will see the form, ears will hear the sound, nose will have the smell in this way. The skin will have the touch. So, from this we understand whatever is started from the very beginning, that is inside, that goes out and become and gets contact with the particular objects. So what do you mean by this? What do you understand by this? The inner thought waves, they express, they get contact with the objects outside. So the inner thoughts only are expressed outside. Vishwam darpana drisyaman nagari tulyam nijantargatam. And that storehouse, that chitta, of course it activates in the brain, but it starts from the heart, absolute balance state. Balance become imbalance. The seed is not called balance state because there is the potency which is ready to manifest or to come out any moment if it gets favorable conditions. That's how the potency is always there in the seed. But the absolute balance state, the truth is, truth has no potency at all. Potency means the energy unmanifested. It is there, it is not manifested. समझ में आ रहा है? So in this way, whatever you see outside, it is expression of inside only. नहीं क्लियर नहीं हुआ? हाँ? You see the thought waves which start from inside only. Whether it is brain, chitta or heart, it is inside, okay? It goes out. And then what happens? How do you perceive the object? By the particular senses. So those thought waves, they go out by the particular senses and they contact the particular objects of the sense and come back with some information. That is how we see the outside world. हो गया clear? Now it is clear. So that outside names and forms, they are projected out from the inside only. If the barrier is destroyed, means demarcating line is not there, then there is no question of inside and outside. Okay? So, if the body sense is withdrawn, you have no sense of the body which has the demarcating line. Inside and outside we feel because of the body. Isn't it? Is there any doubt? So if the body sense is not there, feeling of the body, I am not the body, then what are you? Just as we gave the example, ashram means it has got a boundary line. When the boundary line is taken off, how do you define where is ashram? There is no ashram. Outside, inside, everything is same. Because of boundary line, boundary wall, you know inside the boundary wall is called ashram, outside is not ashram, isn't it? This demarcating boundary wall, that is cause of inside and outside. So, this body, our outer skin, is the boundary line. Inside, of course, there are so many things, five seeds, and many layers of existence we find inside, and when it is understood as the outside, it is outside the body only. Is there any doubt in understanding it? Inside and outside, that is, body is only fact. So, when we see it analytically, these thought waves, when they go out by the through the gateways of senses, then only you see the outer world. So they are started from inside only. नहीं हो रहा. If there is no body, then there is no inside, no outside. So simple. Are? So if you can get out of this body, that means you are the seer of the body, you are not the holder of the body, you are not the body. Then there is no inside, there is no outside. हाँ हाँ जी, वही परलोक को निवारण कर रहा है, उसका जड़ को खत्म करेंगे. Now you understand where we go. If there is no body, there is no death, and there is no rebirth. Then where is the subtler worlds, what we were discussing yesterday? There are subtler realms of existence which we call paralog, means the subtler realms. They are only considered when we compare all those with the body and birth and death. After the death, or the soul goes out of the body and it remains in those subtler worlds according to its tendency or moment of their actions, whatever it has done in the life. And they will, the soul will go to the subtler world, and there it enjoys some pleasure and pain according to the nature of the karma. And then in the end of that scheme, then it will have another gross body. In this way it will go on in cycle. Okay? This cycle is there as long as the body is there, whether gross body or subtle body. If the gross body is not there, subtle body is not there, then where is the question of all these cycle? Or paralok means the higher existence, higher realms, or the grosser realms on the earth. All these questions are not raised if the body is not there. So the only way to get out of the body, that means by somehow or other, by association with the great people, the realized souls, or getting the instructions, injunctions from the spiritual texts, we should practice this deleting this body, that means contemplating over I, who am I? And then only you can get rid of this body sense. You are not this body, not these senses, not this mind. You are something else. What are you? I am the I am the awareness or the knowledge of this body. I know this body. So I am not the body. And generally we say my body. That means body belongs to me, but I am not the body. So that's how you can differentiate yourself from the body with contemplation, minutely, continuously, sincerely, day and night. Then you can have this experience of your different identity than the body. And that's how you can root out your paralok. Paralok means the higher realms or lower realms. There is no coming and going. There is no question of acceptance of gross body or subtle body. There is no question of enjoying pain or pleasure because you are not the enjoyer at all. Why? Because you are not the doer. Why? Because you are not the body, not the senses, nor the mind, nor the prana. So how can you be the doer? When there is no doer, there is no enjoyer, then there is no karma, there is no action, no reaction, then there is no such world, internal or external, or gross or subtle. All these questions do not arise.
इस पे कुछ वो मीराबाई का कल बताते बोले थे,
हाँ,
तो ये मीराबाई का ऐसा कैसा शरीर रहित रह के कैसा रहता है?
यस, वो यही तो कल कह रहे थे हम। जितने कल्पना से बने हुए तथा कल्पना के कारण अविद्या, वासना आदि अशास्त्रीय पदार्थ है, ये वासना इत्यादि अशास्त्रीय पदार्थ है, वे सब अपनी शास्त्रीय प्रतिकल्पना से बंधन हेतुता छोड़कर मोक्ष उपयोगी ऐसे बन जाते हैं जैसे कि स्वभावतः मरण हेतु 20 रसायन शास्त्रों में दर्शित उपाय रूप प्रतिकल्पना से विषपने को छोड़कर अमृत रूप बन जाता है। This Vasishta ji tries to explain Ramji, my dear, when this body sense is not there, then what happens? Those thoughts also, thought waves will not work because thoughts waves rest on the body. Without body support, there is no subtle body, and where there is no subtle body, there is no mind, intellect, nor the subconscious mind, nor ego. Ego means ego, I am the body. So all these are not found. That means there is no kalpana, no thought waves. When that is what we get from yoga shastra, chitta vritti nirodha, the stoppage of the mind. Mind means all the fourfold mind. It should be stopped. The thought waves should be stopped. When it is stopped, then there is no mind. So what happens? there is no thought waves. So if there is no thought waves, the mind is not there, no thought waves are there. So it takes takes a it enters into a state where there is no dualism at all. Thoughts means there will be differentiation, there will be thoughts means waves means vibratory system means there is action and reaction, always there will be dualism. And if there is no dualism, no thought waves, and mind is completely stopped, then there is no question of poison or nectar. Understood now? How Mirabai made this poison into nectar? When you are one with the absolute state. You are Lord Krishna. When she thinks of Lord Krishna, offering means when she offered the poison to Lord Krishna, she becomes one with the Lord. When you pray, Lord, from your heart of hearts, you commune yourself with the Absolute. That is called prayer. There is no question of asking something or getting something. It is prayer means communion, becoming one with. So at that time there is no dualism, there is no such feeling of poison or nectar. Whatever is there, it is only absolute truth. So no question of difference as nectar and poison. Understood? In that state, the realized soul, he goes beyond all these rules and regulations and all these laws of nature, which is always dualistic, which is always really relative or comparative. He goes beyond it. So no question of dualism, which is known as nectar or poison. No question. So Vasishta explains, Rama, my dear, when this Sambit becomes introvert, it is withdrawn from the outer world and it is fixed on the absolute center, absolute steadiness, heart, the truth. Then this is the cause of getting rid of your cycle of birth and death. परलोकन खत्म करना मतलब जन्म मरण चक्र से छुटकारा पाना, इसी को ही तो हम मोक्ष कहते हैं. The same thing in different language, from different angle it is explained. Same mukti, the state of liberation, is stated in this way. It is called annihilation of your, or getting rid of your cycle of birth and death. That's all. And then what happens when you are not in the cycle? Then what happens? There is no dualism. So it becomes absolute one with the absolute one. That is how yoga means. Yoga means communion, union. Huh? Union is called yoga. Connecting method or connecting process, and when it is joined, connected, then there is no dualism, it has become one. Yoga acts as a bridge between the two. There is, by yogic method, when yogi becomes perfect, he has no dualism because yoga unites, yoga connects the two and makes it one. इसीलिए योग शास्त्र में हमको कहा गया कैवल्य मुक्ति, कैवल्य oneness. Yoga Shastra says the oneness, it is not merging or getting liberation. He says, Patanjali ji says about union. Why? Because yoga unites.
Yoga is a path towards Utkrishtata.
Huh?
Path towards Utkrishtata. Utkrishtata, towards perfection.
Towards perfection. How do you go towards perfection?
Via yoga.
When you going to reach your goal, you have to walk. You have to give up your past and step into future. Isn't it? Then only it is advancement or your progress. So, you have to give up past and accept the future means you are joining it, that is called present. And that's how we discuss here. One should or one does live in presence, which unites past and future. Yoga. It connects the past and future. When we consider the time factor, when we consider actions and reactions, there also yoga acts. And thought-wise, wherever, in whatever manner you see it from whichever angle, yoga means the uniting method. It is union. Yes, Guruji?
Maharaj, this from a relative point of view, so the seer and the seen are one.
Yes. There is no triad. There is no seer, no seen, no method of seeing. There is no triad. There is only one. Because there is no doer, no done, no doing. You have given up your doership, karma yoga method. And jnana yoga method, you have no ego. Bhakti yoga method, you have surrendered yourself to the Lord. And yogic method, Patanjali Sankhya Yoga, you have annihilated your mind process. So, all the same, there is no question of your, what did you say? Huh?
सीआर एंड सीन बोले ना, आप क्या बोले?
Maharaj, seer and seen.
There is no dualism, so no doership. Doership is rooted out. There is no doer, so where is done? No action, no reaction. There is no doer, no enjoyer. When ego is gone, yes,
So should we understand from a relative point of view, thought is both action and reaction.
Yes, yes. Only action and reactions are based on thought waves. When thought waves act, they are in the motion, then only there is question of action and reaction. It is same process, bhai. Only one process. The whole creation is only one process that is changing. Whether you call it thought waves, you call it action and reaction, you call it subtle and gross, you call it energy transformation, call it as you like. Same process. Sequence, one after another, call it times play or call it play of energy, it is all the same. One process only. So that is restlessness or changing system. The same thing is named differently, seen differently. And that's how the whole world is going on. A changing process wherever you go, whatever you see, whatever you think, whatever you do, everything is under this process. And this is called the play of energy. Play of energy means changing system. Understood now? So there is no doer, no doing, nor done. All these are in the same process. Different pages we name differently.
स्वामी जी अभी कुछ देर पहले आप बोले कि बी द सीयर ऑफ द बॉडी द्रष्टा बनना, तो वो कहाँ पे?
When you identify yourself as non-doer, then what is that state? That is state of steadiness. Then you witness this body. Just as the person standing or sitting on the top of the hill, whether he is sitting or standing, he is a constant. Because top is one only, isn't it? Somebody is sitting on the peak of the mountain. Now he looks down. All these changes in the foothills, whosoever moves downhill, whether the car is going on the road, or somebody is walking, or the birds are flying, or some animals are walking, whatever is going on in the downhill, he is able to see it all. Is he moving? If he moves, he cannot see all this.
But that
His steadiness is called witnessing all these movements.
so this witness is not action.
No, witnessing is not action. Witnessing, if you say it is action, it is the absolute action, we can say. Absolute action means then that witnessing state disappears. That is the last end of your action. Just as we have discussed, you have some desires. The last desires are to be desireless. there is a desire to be desireless, isn't it? So, that is called the end of all desires. Though it is it is a desire, it is end that will not remain any longer, isn't it? Similarly, this witnessing is not action, it is the end of all action. Then it will disappear by itself. And this witnessing state is known as the fourth state of knowledge, fourth phase of our knowledge. And then the fifth phase, there is no witnessing. No witnessing. Just as you can understand, when the car is going in a speed, all of a sudden you put the brake. When you put the brake, what happens? Though the car stops, yet there will be a momentum. Momentum. If you lose the brake, it without engine also, it can move for a while. It moves for a while, for a short while. And that then it stops. That momentum ends. Because of momentum, it moves for a while. Though there is no trial for it, automatically it moves. Similarly, when you are witnessing everything physically, that physical state is gone above, gone beyond, then you are the silent witness of all these actions with this body and other names and forms. You are the witness now. That means your momentum is put break. Understood now? That will remain for a while. That witnessing. Though if you may say it is an action, active state, you are witnessing, it is, this witnessing is not by the senses, but by the super sense, by overall vision. Just as the person sitting on the peak of the mountain, he witnesses all these movements going on downhill, but he is not concerned with all these. He witnesses. So his witnessing is not taken as action because he is not concerned. Action is there when the doership is there. Understood now? This witnessing has no ego of witnessing. So it is not an action. You will not feel that I am witnessing. The person who is standing on the hilltop, though he sees all around, everything he sees, but he has no concern, no involvement with all these movements going on around him. So he is unconcerned, and any moment he can close his eyes. He is free to do it. Whether he sees it or not, it is his choice. Because he is not concerned, so he is free to withdraw that witnessing state. It disappears. It disappears. The moment you close your eyes, there is no movement anywhere because you are always steady on the peak. your movement is not there. So you are not the doer. So there is no ego of doership. So this witnessing is not taken as an action. Understood? Vasishta ji explains, Rama, my dear, this is how when there is introvertness of extrovert mind, then there is the absolute steadiness and there is the seeker goes beyond all these dualistic world and goes beyond the cycle of birth and death. So there is no question of what happens to the soul after death in the subtler realms, and he becomes one with the absolute, and the nectar or the poison, that sense is not there. The poison is nectar, nectar is poison, no sense of differences. When the difference is not there, so no question of poison or nectar, no question of snake or garland. Now there is a question, you can put this question. If there is no difference, there is no question of difference, so why poison is made nectar? Why the snake is made flower? Let the snake be snake, because there is no difference. Understood the question? Question is, when there is no difference between the garland and the snake, then let there be snake as snake. Why it should be changed into garland of flowers? It is not changed. The person who is seeing with dualistic eyes, he says it is changed, but really it is not changed, just as the snakes are in the neck of Lord Shiva. They are garlands only. Because there is no difference between snake or garland. He is beyond all this. Understood now? There is no difference. Because we have different visions. So we say Mirabai changed the snake into garland, but it was not the case. The snake is always snake as per its physical state. समझ में आया? हम कहते हैं मीराबाई अमृत जहर को अमृत बना दिया, कुछ नहीं किया. All these dead people, they never think in this way. They have no body, they have no diseases, they have no suffering, they have no difference in vision. So there is no question of changing the poison into nectar. Whatever she got, oh Lord, so automatically everything becomes balanced. Oh Lord. But for our vision, we see, or she has drunk the poison. So it must have become the nectar. That's, that is the expression of dualistic seers.
मतलब वो काले के मस्ती में इतने मतवाली थी कि ये पॉइजन का कुछ असर ही नहीं
कुछ
हुआ।
नहीं, कुछ नहीं। ऐसे ही मिलरपा का कहानी नहीं सुने और बुद्धदेव का कहानी नहीं सुने, कितने स्टोरीज है।
एक्सटेसी बोलते
They don't feel anything. They have no need of changing it to something else. No need. Because there is no difference. No difference in vision. ये जो कहा गया जहर अमृत बन जाता है, उसका माने नहीं कुछ। There is no meaning in telling the poison becomes nectar. No meaning. That means everything becomes balanced. That's all. Neither poison is there, nor the nectar is there. कब तक प्रतिकल्पना करनी चाहिए, इस पर समस्त कल्पनाओं की निवृत्ति जब तक न हो जाए तब तक क्या करें। नाउ देर इज अनदर क्वेश्चन। प्रतिकल्पना मीन्स द opposite thoughts, that replacement. Just as we have the method in Patanjali Yoga, Pratipaksha Bhavana, replacement. So here also the same thing. He says, Vasishta says, Pratikalpana. Pratipaksha Bhavana, Pratikalpana, same thing. The replacement of the thoughts or the ideas or the thought waves. On this basis only we have the method of japa, doing japa and repetition. The mind wants some support to dwell with. That means some objects of the senses, 5 objects. Without that, mind cannot work. Of course, mind can work without these in imagination state, without forms, without any names. But those there also subtle names and forms will be there for the mind to dwell on. Or else, how to be supported? Some names and forms, whether it is gross or it is subtle in the imaginary state, or ideas, they are subtlemost. Ideas also are divided into 5 types. Ideas, though they are not conditional, they are not dependent on time and space, yet in that subtlemost state they have 5 categories. They are when grossified as thought waves, then only they became 5 types. Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The units of small units, the measures of the 5 senses. And those 5 senses, when they grossify more and more, they spread out to express themselves, then they became 5 elements, the sky, air and fire, water and earth. They are nothing but perceived by the five senses, and five senses are the acting methods of five measures of senses. Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. This is how the subtlemost ideas, they become gross, visible. These ideas, they are in the seed form, in the absolute, though it is not there, yet we have to think in this way. Then only this world is seen. So now these thoughts, they have to have some support. Thought waves, they have to have five types of gross objects. They are called the sense objects. And without that, the thoughts, whether it is in the subtlemost state or in gross state, they cannot be supported. Now, all these five gross objects, they are supporter of the thoughts. So, when it goes on changing, we have to we have to stop the changing process. That is otherwise said as chitta vritti nirodha. So, the mind should be given some work. That means one object it should be given to continue with. Hold this and go on holding it continuously, so that it will not change from one to the other on all these five objects. Understood now? This is because this japa method is given. One thing you have to repeat again and again. Huh? Have to bring the mind into one point. This is the cause of doing japa, and this is why it is said you have to continuously contemplate whatever you have heard. And this is how you have to meditate or practice your concentration or withdrawal of mind, introvertness. Same thing. So, Pratipaksha Bhavana means replacement. Instead of all these, give one thing only, so that automatically it will be one-pointed. Now, he says, all these withdrawal of mind from manyness to one, this is called pratikalpana. Means instead of thinking all these names and forms of different five types, the mind should kalpana, thought should be one-pointed. One-pointed. Only the words are different, terms are different, method is the same. Don't divert your attention from whatever you have understood. Yes, Guruji.
Maharaj, from a relative point of view, logically, the mind holds on something, it holds on name and form should be understood. Without that, thought is not there.
Yes, but those names and forms are in different phases. May it be worldly, gross forms, or may it be subtlemost forms. And those also those names and forms are of 5 categories, which are the tendency, different 5 tendency, which become the 5 measures or units, Sabda, Sparsa, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha afterwards. And those becomes 5 senses, and those 5 senses, they relate themselves with 5 elements, gross elements. In this way, it is projected out. And this is how the world is made, by the ideas of the absolute, cosmic being. Eko ham bahusyama, let me see myself. So that initial ideas, they are not dependent upon time, space and causations, because they are beyond it, before all these, in the initial state. Just as the moment you put the seed in the water, it will start reacting, but it will not sprout then or there, isn't it? When you put to make some sprouts, what do? You put the seeds in water, and then after some time you have to take out it from the water and tie it to give some heat and other air, everything. So, when before it sprouts, the process are on. Process is going on inside, which is not visible. That process which is not visible, not conditioned by external objects, they are called ideas in cosmic being. In human being also we have some ideas which are not conditioned by time, space and all these objects. Understood now? That primordial tendency, initial tendency, they are called ideas.
मतलब ये कल्पना मतलब इमेजिनेशन बोल के समझ
Kalpana becomes little grosser than ideas. Kalpana means thought waves. Sankalp, Kalpana, thought waves. Thought waves are grosser than the ideas. See, I have given the example so many times. Standing up, I am sitting on the chair. When I want to stand up, there is a tendency to get up that works before getting up. Understood now? Before getting up, there is a tendency which is momentum tendency which is working out.
अभी मैं उठूंगा
Yes, before the sunlight, there is light which indicates the sun is going to rise, isn't it? Similarly, these ideas are before expression. Before expression. So now he says, Vasishta says, the question arises, how long we should try to control these ideas or kalpanas, thoughts. Control means to make it introvert. We are talking about extrovertness and introvertness. how long we should make all these extrovert ideas introvert? How long? So simple answer, as long as you have not achieved absolute steadiness, your goal,
So as long as there is outside and inside, you have to.
you have to go on inwardly. As long as there is demarcating lines, that means dualism. As long as you have not reached absolute oneness, till then you have to go on.
So from a relative point of view, should be no idea.
No idea. There should not be any idea.
Vacant mood.
Eh?
Vacant mood. Vacant mood.
Choiceless awareness.
Hmm?
Choiceless awareness.
क्या?
Choiceless awareness.
Choiceless. You have lost your choice, your identity. You have no.
Choiceless awareness भी बोल रहे स्वामी. Choiceless awareness.
Yes, correct. Correct. Choiceless awareness. Choiceless ego. That is what we were discussing now. Witnessing state, where there is no ego of witnessing. Yes.
So in choiceless, there is no joy and sorrow. In choiceless,
No,
joy
no,
and sorrow.
no. There is no pain and pleasure, nothing. No dualism. Your witnessing has no pain and pleasure. One who is sitting on the top of the mountain, he sees the tiger is catching a deer here on the foothill. Does he feel any pain or any joy? Oh, I have so much meat. I have bandara now. Does he feel anything? Because it is witnessing, it is non-involvement, non-entanglement. So he has got no pain, no pleasure, nothing. Simply witness, and that you can say continuous enjoyment. Ever happiness, continuous happiness, that is called bliss. What else? Yes.
Maharaj, in the word witness, there are no others or others are there.
What?
In the word witness, others are there or no others?
No others. Just as you see, you witness your legs and hands. Is it other than you? You witness it. Do you feel other than your limbs? Come on. Is the hands and legs, are they other than you? Witnessing should be like that. Witnessing is like that. Oneness with everything. And then you may ask, then how can you say there is no involvement? That whole total involvement is called no involvement. Understood? The totality, when you are one with the absolute 360 degree, all directions, then there is no question of one angle or two angles. No involvement. The total involvement is no involvement. When you sleep, when you sit calmly, do you feel the difference between legs and hands? No difference. When you are sitting calmly, no movement. No movement means there is no leg, no hand. Huh? When the movement is felt, then only we have difference in limbs, different in organs, isn't it? So that steadiness is called witnessing state. There, the wholeness is there, but difference is not there. Difference is not there. He experiences oneness with the whole universe. Just as you feel oneness with the whole body, all the parts of the body, similarly the cosmic witnessing identity, it feels one with the whole cosmos, so there is no feel of differences, no involvement. Though there is, which is not experienced nor expressed, just as you feel the moment you move yourself, then you feel hands are different than the legs. But if there is one steady idea of the body, in the body sense there is no difference. That is what we have discussed one day. There are three methods to meditate, easy methods, effective and quick methods. To feel the body, to feel the breathing system, and to see the mind. Three triangular force, body, prana and mind. If you, of course, mind to see, to feel the mind, to see the mind is not so easy a job. To feel the body as a gross object, you can have. When you sit absolutely silent, means no movement whatsoever, and feel the presence of your body, at that time you will not have any feeling of differences of your hands and legs and nose and ears. No difference. Whole one body awareness. At that time, if it continues for a little longer, your mind is bound to enter to meditation and samadhi. Then that feeling of body, that also disappears. Similarly, with the prana, breathing system, that is what in different ways that Vipassana and other they teach.
योग निद्रा में भी वैसी का
Yoga Nidra also. And I always ask our children, when they rest in Savasana, after getting tired, after doing some 3-4 asanas, then lie down in Savasana. In Savasana also, you should feel no body feeling, no movement. Then only you can have rest. That is something like yoga nidra. You should not, you are not able to hear even the sound. First of all, you have to bring your mind to something, some oneness. Either hear the sound or feel the body. There should not be any movement. That is called savasana. You should lie down like a corpse, dead body. That is called savasana. Dead body never feels the difference of limbs of the body, isn't it? Similarly, there should not be any tension, any agitation in the body. You must forget the body. That is called savasana. And that is equal to even yoga nidra or anything. That is one point. one pointedness, and there only one can have rest. All your tiredness will get out. If you go on moving your hands and legs, there is no rest, no savasana. Withdrawal of the mind. This is how Vasishta ji explains the question itself. Question is how long it should be done. So the answer tomorrow we shall see. Thank you. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम।